Long ago, in a beautiful valley, there stood a grand kingdom named Gulzar. This kingdom was famous for its colorful gardens, clear blue springs, and its kind king and queen. But above all, people admired their daughter, Princess Naab. Naab's hair was unlike anyone else's, that shimmered like moonlight and released a sweet fragrance whenever the wind passed through it. People said her hair had magical power. Anyone touched by it would have their anger and sadness fade away. My Naab's hair is a gift from nature itself. When Naab played in the palace garden, butterflies fluttered around her point. One day, a wounded bird fell to the ground. Naab gently placed a strand of her hair on its wings, and within moments, the bird healed and flew away. From that day, everyone believed her hair truly had the power to heal. But where there is light, there is also shadow. Far in the north lived a dark witch named Zumarad. When she heard about Naab's magical hair, she hissed, "If I could possess that hair, I could rule the entire world." One night, she crept near the palace. Thunder roared, the sky grew dark, and everyone fell asleep. Zumarad whispered a black spell, covering the palace in silent magic. When all were asleep, she cut a strand of Naab's glowing hair and vanished into the night. The next morning, Naab awoke and found a part of her hair missing. But worse than that, the flowers of the entire kingdom had wilted. Naab burst into tears. "Mother, my magic is gone. Everything is dying." The queen held her gently and said, "My dear, the magic isn't in your hair, it's in your heart." But Naab felt broken. She stared into the mirror at her hair, which once glowed but now looked ordinary. That night, as Naab sat by the window in sorrow, a streak of light descended from the sky. An old, glowing fairy appeared, holding a shining wand. "Naab," she said softly, "your hair's power has been stolen, but you can earn it back." "How, fairy mother?" Naab asked with hope. "Zumarad has locked your strand of hair inside the cave of shadows atop the Black Mountain. Only one with a heart full of light can enter." Naab decided to go. She wore a simple dress, tied her silver hair in a braid, and left the palace quietly. Her journey was not easy. She crossed thorny forests, icy rivers, and fierce mountain winds. At one point, exhausted, she sat under a tree that a small injured deer lay nearby. Naab placed a thin strand of her hair on its wound, and the deer stood up, healed. It bowed its head and showed her the path forward. Naab smiled and realized, the true magic lies in kindness and compassion. Last, she reached the mouth of the Black Mountain cave. Smoke and green light rose from within. Inside, Zumarad laughed wickedly. "So you came, Naab? You have nothing now. Your power, your hair, everything belongs to me." Naab replied calmly, "True power lies in love, Zumarad. I can even share it with you." Zumarad sneered. "Love? That's a weapon for the weak." She raised her dark staff, and the cave filled with crackling lightning. A golden light surrounded Naab. She closed her eyes and remembered the bird, the deer, and the kindness in her heart. Suddenly, her remaining hair began to glow brightly, and Zumarad's staff melted away in the light. The lost strand of Naab's hair flew back to her, and as she touched it, the entire cave burst into dazzling light. Zumarad fell to the ground, crying, "I only wanted beauty so that someone would love me." Naab walked to her gently and said, "You don't need beauty for love. You need love to find beauty." She placed a glowing strand of hair over Zumarad's heart. Zumarad's dark form faded, and she turned into a kind old woman before disappearing peacefully. When Naab returned to Gulzar, the flowers bloomed again, the stream sparkled, and a rainbow stretched across the sky. The king and queen embraced her tightly. "You not only regained your magic, Naab, but you brought back the light to our world." Naab smiled and said, "Magic isn't in hair or power. It lives in the gentleness of the heart. When we share love, we spread light in every soul." And so, the tale of Princess Naab lived on in every heart. People still say, when you share kindness, light shines from your soul, just like Naab's magical hair. True magic lies not in beauty or power, but in kindness, compassion, and love.